Всем привет, Elvin here. How's everyone doing? So glad to see all of you. Today, I want to create a pre-production template that I can use to better plan my YouTube videos, as well as small to medium size video projects that I'll be working in the future. But first, let us actually look at what does pre-production mean. Pre-production in filmmaking is basically planning your video to make sure that you have everything that you need before you go and shoot your videos. Once you're shooting, that is called production. And then post-production is when you take all the scenes that you shot and mix it with other ingredients such as music, transitions, and visual effects to make the final result, which is your movie or your video. So earlier this week, I sat down, Googled pre-production process, and I quickly realized that, well, planning a movie is quite a big and complex process, which is not really a surprise considering that it is a multi-million-dollar project with a huge production crew. But after doing a little bit more research, I came down to the conclusion that no matter what you're filming, whether it is a movie, a short film, a corporate video for a client, or a simple Instagram reel, that they all share some sort of planning, but at a much smaller scale. So I set myself on a mission to identify most, if not all, of the areas within the planning phase of a movie, to understand it, and then pick and choose what I feel has to go into my own template, which of course is a much smaller planning scale compared to a full-scale movie. So of course we start with the soul of every video project, which is the script, the story that you want to tell the audience. Now, before anything, the script has to be locked, which is a term that means that your script has to be finalized between all the persons who is involved in writing the script and planning it. So like the director, the writers, producers. Now once that is done, the next phase starts, which is budgeting. Now you're not supposed to immediately finalize everything. You might not know what is your budget until you start planning all the other aspects of it, but at least you begin and start writing what you know, and then you'll add information later, shaping it into your final numbers. Number 3 is breaking down script and creating a storyboard. A storyboard is like a comics. It's basically all the scenes of your script drawn into little pictures. They can be as simple as stick figures or something more complex like these ones from Mad Max Fury Road. I mean, it's incredible the detail on those, and they would have to redraw it every single time. And the purpose of it is to help the whole team to visualize the vision of the director. Once that is done, the fourth thing is to start preparing for the shoot. And this involves things such as building a crew that will help you to shoot the whole movie. You have the wardrobe and production design, which is the clothes and the set itself and the props. Then casting the actors, finding the equipment that you need, and location scouting. And then number 5 is finalizing the pre-production. And that one is basically creating shot lists, which is something that the director does. And it is basically a list of all the shots that he wants to make throughout the day of the shooting. And this once again helps to pass on the vision of the director to the rest of the team. Then creating shooting schedule, rehearsals, and any other departmental preparations. And then finally, the 6th one is the paperwork. So that's things such as insurance, permits, and contracts, and any other boring paperwork things that you need to chase in order to start shooting the video. It doesn't seem like a lot, but when you start actually planning, you realize that you will be spending hours and hours working on this and speaking to a bunch of people. Now that we understand how a film is prepared, let us create our own template. Now to make this a little bit more interesting, I thought why not fill in the template as we create it, and we'll use this episode as an example. And I think you won't be surprised if the first thing that goes on the list is the script. And I will also call it video concept, since in this section we will write everything to do with the video idea. Now in this section I went ahead and wrote 4 points, first one being episode 13, building a pre-production process template, acts as a title and a quick summary of what we are doing. Then explain different phases of film production, run through a pre-production process of a film, the one that we did already, and create template using episode 13 as an example, which is exactly what we are doing right now. And the reason why I kept them as bullet points is solely because of the way I work and create videos. I realized that once I write a script, I tend to always go off it. I don't really like reading from a script, it just feels like I'm a robot. But at the same time, I cannot freely talk in front of a camera. So what I find the best is to write down simple topics or titles of what needs to be covered. Then I kind of come up with the script in my head, rehearse it a couple of times, sometimes a couple of days, refining it, and then record it. And still, while filming, I still change things as we go. But anyways, for me, I feel like it's a little bit more natural. And I am really working towards being so confident in front of a camera that I can just talk on any subject without having to prepare anything. Now the next section in this template will be the storyboard and shot list. Now for the storyboard, I have two scenes. The first one is me looking in front of a camera with the computer on the side, and the second one is me looking at the computer and the camera shooting me from the side. Do excuse me for my art, I actually draw really nicely, however, just for the sake of time efficiency, I am just drawing stick figures right now. When it comes to shot list, I went ahead and wrote 3 points. First one being video shot all in medium shot. Second one, overhead shot drawing storyboard scenes, which is what you just saw, and screen recording of my computer screen. Now I'm not sure if this one is part of the shot list, but I thought it just fits here when it comes to the whole shooting sequences. Next one up is the visual inspiration. Here we will be including any descriptions, photos, video links that best describe the look and feel that we are going for in our videos. Now in my case, I added 3 words that best describe the feel and look of my videos that I'm trying to achieve: simple, clean and minimalistic. And for the sake of an example, I also added a picture of a random office, super clean and white. Next one up is the budget. Now this one really depends on your project. If we are considering this one specifically, then there is no cost associated because I'm in my bedroom. However, if I'm shooting something like this video I made for my friends that I was critiquing in my earlier videos, then I could write something as simple as the cost of me getting there, which was in a different city. Next, I'll add the location. Like with the budget, it really depends on what I'm working on. However, just for the sake of practice and making a habit of planning, I thought I'm including this one as well. In this case, I'm going to write bedroom, Elvin's palace. Next, I'm adding the crew and actors. In this case, it's just me, myself, and I doing all the work. Now that I know what I'm going to be shooting, the location and the actors, I'm going to add wardrobe and production design. Now to be honest, I never really think about wardrobe, and it really depends on what content you're making. In my case, I'm following a more minimalistic lifestyle, so I literally have like 3 shirts and 3 pants to choose from, and I just pick the first thing I see. However, for the sake of this example, I went ahead and just listed everything that I am wearing right now. So leather jacket, pink t-shirt, grey pants, glasses, 2 rings, necklace and a watch. Once that is set, I will then plan my schedule. Now, I work a 9-to-5 job, so I only have the Saturdays and Sundays to film my videos. I can do after work, however, I don't really have the lights yet. I'm still working on it. I know I'm promising this in every single video, but I'll get there. So I still prefer to use the time after work to study and then film everything on Saturdays and edit everything on Sundays. And that's exactly what I wrote: shooting Saturday 1 p.m, post-production Sunday 8 a.m. until it's done. And then the deadline is Sunday 22 p.m, which is when usually I upload my videos. And last but not least, we have the gear / equipment checklist. Now I went ahead and wrote the list of the items that I need for this video. This is the camera plus the battery, an SD card, the lights, which in this case is coming from the window. I have the blue Snowball mic, which is right below me, and also the GorillaPod / tripod. I only have a GorillaPod, but I wrote tripod since it's an essential and for the sake of this example. And if you're wondering, how am I filming myself on the same eyeline sight? Is the same eyeline sight or the line of sight? I'm not sure. You get it. While using only GorillaPod, well, let me actually show you. Let me just disconnect my camera, and as you can see, I have my GorillaPod and I use it with this contraption right here, which I call the IronPod 1000. It is meant to be a multi-purpose tripod, which will solve most of your problems. Now, if you need to put your camera somewhere, you got yourself a nice tripod with really good legs, so even the wind will not push it away. And if an actor comes to you and starts complaining that all his clothes is wrinkly, you don't need to stress about it because you got it all covered. Now, this thing is still a prototype. I'm still working on the final designs, but I'll let you know once I launch the Kickstarter, and you will be able to grab your own IronPod 1000 for a mere 49.99 euros. And that is pretty much it when it comes to this template. I think it's not bad for a beginner standard, at least. I'll definitely be improving it as the projects will become more and more complicated, but also I will use this one and test it over time with the future videos and see what I need to modify and change. I did a little bit of zazz to it. Now it looks like this. Really nice and aesthetically pleasing. I will include a downloadable link in the description below. If you want to use it, feel free. And I hope you found this video interesting and useful. Do let me know in the comment section below what you think and your suggestions. Do drop a like and consider subscribing. Thank you for watching, and I see you in the next one. Пока!